Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's episode of Ants. I am your host, Evan. We are in Florida. It is getting dark, and
Happy Father's Day
Happy
to all the dads who are not deadbeats.
Yay!
Thank you, Cruiser. There. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Happy third week of Pride Week, and happy joy to the happiness that is all happy.
Third week of Pride Week, third week of Pride Month. I would thought you would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. So much has happened on this week, and it's been crazy. Hello, Spring Shimmer. So tonight we are joined with my usual hosts here. I got my sidekick, the Concert Cruiser.
What's it? Talk some metal.
Our pun princess, Bright Idea.
It's so nice to be here.
But the light bulb is turned off.
Mr. Silent Lynn Spartan finally got a webcam to show his computer setup X.
Wait.
Always here.
Where do I go for webcam? I'm old man.
Just hit the share camera button at the bottom.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and even though I didn't put in the intro, we got Scruff Winners helping.
It's not that important.
If you don't know
I'm not that important.
If you don't know who that is, it's basically he's basically a Sound Spartan X's sidekick. So
Whoa. Co-host.
This is he's Sound Spartan X's sidekick. So tonight we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. Tonight we got E3.
Remember, Evan, I got you through 6th grade math.
I don't get it.
Twisted Fate, thank you for calling me the pun queen. That makes me feel so royal.
Yeah, apparently Magical Starflash is actually amazed that Cruiser's here on time.
Well, it's because I actually had this Sunday off.
Jablonski will be joining us later tonight if he can get his sound settings fixed.
Okay, before we start, I think I think it's appropriate to start with getting a Father's Day pun. Do you have one for you, Sprite?
Oh, well, I know a few dad jokes off the top of my head. When does a joke become a dad joke?
I have no idea.
When it's stabbed?
When it becomes apparent.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Bright! Bright idea!
Yay! Just came up with my new jingle there.
Bright idea! Bright idea.
Okay.
Anyway, tonight
go ahead, Evan.
Tonight we're also going to be getting out some stuff there. E3 concluded. We got a lot of good announcements to talk about. Some movie news there. Some music news that Cruiser's going to be going on and 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 on about.
Because I'm a cruiser, bitch! Sounds Part next Juan and John's trip to New York Comic-Con.
Philly Comic-Con.
Philly Comic-Con, and so on with all the good things. So we're gonna open up tonight here with our open chat. Chat here if you want to join in on us and talk to people. Jablonski has arrived, so we're gonna be doing that stuff. Okay. Anyway, before I am oh dear, I accidentally posted the wrong damn chat. I just posted a very existential long message by accident.
Oh no. That moment when you have something else in the clipboard and...
Yeah, I meant to put down the really one. No, that's probably going to spam up the... Well, it's some behind-the-scenes stuff for you. It's not like I'm giving away anything. Anyway.
Want me to purge it?
Purge it, yes.
I can't... I don't think I can purge you because you're the streamer.
Well, okay, if you're going to purge him, he needs to get a gun. Okay, that's how the purge works, okay?
Yeah.
It just works.
Not that kind of purge, Cruiser.
Oh, the kind where you barf. Okay.
No binging and purging.
Before we begin here, I'm just going to continue removing here. Cruiser has a new video up today.
Thank you.
Which I will be posting.
Cool.
Which I'll be posting in a couple of moments.
Yeah, the guy is well known from his work in the 80s. So for those of you who don't know who he is, I'll explain. His name is Steve Lynch, and he comes from a band called Autograph. And I asked him, how'd you guys come up with your band name? And he starts off the story with, well, we had a signature sound. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
If you guys want to see,
I want to get an autograph from Autograph. It will just say Autograph.
Steve Lynch. Is this the same Steve Lynch who's a stand-up comic with a guitar?
No, but I did meet him, though.
Oh, I love that guy.
Awesome.
If you want to see the interview with Steve Lynch, I'm leaving the link here. It's on shadedsightstudios.com. Feel free to like and comment, check out what you got.
But what was interesting though was actually how the opportunity presented itself, because I went to it was called the Playback Independent Music Expo in Tampa, and I went there because they're basically kind of teaching people how to adapt to the adjustments of the music industry, and
Ooh.
My personal guitar hero Brian Head Welsh from Korn was there, so I want to see if I could just do a quick interview with him. And because it was spur of the moment, I had no real way of contacting him. I just said, hey, it'll just be 5 questions long. That's it. And the guy who was kind of handling everything said, okay, it's just 5 questions. Yeah, go ahead. So I did an interview with him. That was fantastic. Then I did an interview with David Ellefson, the bass player from Megadeth, and that went out great. And then I see Steve Lynch. He's kind of like looking at my gear, and he just thought we were doing, that this was just media setup. Like, okay, it's time to do media now. And that wasn't the case. But he started telling me who he was and his band Autograph. And I said, I got an idea. Let's do something a little bit different here. Seeing how I'm not familiar with you and your work, we'll do an interview with you, but instead it's going to be you educating me about your sound and your band.
Very good.
So, yeah. So it basically became like I guess you could call it a bio view instead of an interview.
That was good there. So yeah,
Nice.
Pretty cool.
He also does have interviews with Steve, with the other guys he was just talking about on the website. Feel free to check it out, shadesightstudios.com.
Yeah, that was fun because Brian Welsh from Korn, he's my guitar hero. And I told him that right before the beginning of the interview. It's on film, you could see it. And Brian's like, do I look like a hero to anybody?
I could
Yes!
be your hero, baby.
But I had a little bit of fun with it. One thing I want to see if I can try to actually do with my interviews is that I want to try to introduce a little bit of comedy in there, see if I can make it a bit more interesting. There was a moment where he talks about a documentary about his life, going through detoxing and getting sober and when he was on drugs, and I wasn't aware of it. And he goes, weren't you here for that? No. I was like, oh, no. I'm like, I let down my guitar hero.
Oh, man. Dude, there you go. You have one job. You had one job and you met.
And he pretends to smack me, and that's why I put like a little Adam West onomatopoeia in there. Just pow, and then it cuts right back to the interview.
I hear what you're saying.
Nice.
So,
yeah, that was great.
The call lines are open if you want to join us in. I thought we'd open up with what happened this week with E3. So...
Yeah.
I'm just going to say up front, I am super excited for Banjo.
Before we get into that,
Our
can we
boy
get into
is
the funny
home.
news?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Hey, Bananarama, Juwan wants to say something.
So I think the funniest news out of E3 was the band of Twitch TV streamer Dr. Disrespect, Free Doc.
Free Doc.
He was doing his first IRL stream. It was funny. It was going good up until the point where he walked into the bathroom and the camera followed him in there.
Oh, God.
What?
It happened
Seriously?
4 times, and Twitch banned him. There has been no word on his return yet.
Oh, my God. Is there footage of
Jeez.
that?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, you
It's out
got to
there.
send us that shit. It was funny because I remember
Hashtag Free Doc.
In more ways than one, apparently.
I remember during the Nintendo conference that they were playing this, I think it was the Marvel Alliance game, and at the end the girl accidentally drops her Nintendo Switch on the ground and just doesn't ignore it. Did you guys see the trailer?
No.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, she's going, and then the
Apparently-
dock just falls off the table, and everybody's like, press F for the fallen Switch. But yeah.
Apparently, we missed a Todd Howard hot mic.
Oh, right.
He was saying something backstage, and his mic was not cut off, and you could hear him go, oh, and then they were scrambling to turn it off.
Did he say anything
Oh,
like
no.
any obscenities or anything, or like?
No, he
Or
was just
something
like,
he'd regret
it sounded
later.
like he was on the phone or talking to somebody. He's like, I swear to God, if he comes back, I'm gonna walk right out. And he was like, oh, and he just like turned his mic off real quick.
Oh no.
Wait a second. Wait, press F for the fallen Switch?
Yeah, like the Switch, like she was playing the game and they finished and they're wrapping up the treehouse, but she like puts the game thing down, but then the dock that holds the Nintendo Switch just falls off the table. Nobody.
Oh my God! I just now got it. BronyCon posted a picture of I guess their booth at some convention,
Yeah.
but they had a bunch of flyers in the shape of an F. I thought that meant for the final BronyCon, but turns out no, it was for the Switch.
Did they really respond to it?
Yeah, they did.
All right, we got a caller. Coming in here.
Goodness.
We got a caller coming in here.
Magical dude.
Right there. There. Welcome, Magical Dude. You are on
Hello.
Ants. Welcome.
What's up?
Come on, welcome, my dude.
Hello.
Hey,
So,
welcome to the chat.
yeah, E3, Nintendo won.
Yeah, we can definitely say that. I am excited for Banjo. Yo, Pokemon looks good. Breath
Yeah,
of the Wild 2. Holy shit.
Yeah, and I just started
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. I'm not even
That's awesome.
I'm not even 30 minutes into the game, and then my left Joy-Con breaks down. I have to send that back to Nintendo to get fixed.
Sort of.
Yeah, so now I'm just sitting here waiting for come on, I want to get back to the game. But so
I'm really excited for Animal Crossing. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
at a time, that's coming in 2020, next March. So I'm gonna try to save money for that because it sounds really, really fun. I always loved Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that on to Cruiser because he just basically he asked Nintendo gave what he wanted. Basically, Cruiser.
One thing I want to say is that, if the Pokemon is that the Pokemon, I'm disappointed and ashamed of the Pokemon fandom right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, because the people are getting up in arms that they're not going to have a national dex, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like 1,000 Pokemon. They should just get over themselves.
There's
That's like
so
entitled
many
fan
Pokemon.
baby.
Figured out.
Well, the problem
Uh,
is the game's still gonna be fun. People are still gonna buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, people just being entitled asses.
well, be careful when you throw that out there because
Oh yeah.
well, Juwan, you
No
might
offense.
you might remember this incident, but I think it was at last year's BlizzCon they announced that Diablo Immortal, and turns out it was just going to be a mobile game, and the fan
Yep.
base was pissed off.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
They were so angry, and then here comes Pat, the NES punk, with his podcast, the CU podcast, and he was calling those people entitled asses. And then and those fans turn on him, going,
Yep.
"No, we're angry because it's a mobile game. We're supposed to be a PC fan base."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Magical
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for
I'm
joining
sorry,
us
I
tonight.
take that back.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm
Sometimes I
relocating
think
down
it's
to the ground because my laptop needs to be charged.
Anyway, I think
Oh,
Magical Dude, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Magical Dude.
Thank you for
Hashtag
joining
free
us,
dog.
Magical Dude.
But you know what? People are mad not because of entitlement, but we just want to see our series be better. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
why-
plus the other thing that I think that was important for them to remember is, at least when it came to Diablo Immortal, and sorry about the dark image, I'll fix that in a second here,
Mhm.
is the fact that people now, and Juwan, you can back me up on this one.
Mhm.
When you get involved with a game like Immortal, people will spend thousands of dollars on their PC setup just so that they can have a better experience. And this costs like thousands of dollars. And now you're just taking that and chucking it out the window.
Exactly.
But anyway, what Magical Dude said there, the Animal Crossing game really kind of when I saw what they included in there, it's basically Minecraft meets Animal Crossing, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember hearing you say something about that.
The gist of it is you're thrown on an island, and this time you're not in a city.
Mhm.
You're technically building the city, and you can craft items. You can put them
Yeah.
outside. It's more Minecraft. Like, this is kind of going up your alley now, Cruiser.
Okay, but the thing about Minecraft that I told you about, Evan, was I don't really mind or craft anything. I just like exploring.
Oh yeah, I forgot he doesn't mind the craft.
Now, and keep in mind, I'm pretty sure, like, how should I say this? Give me a chance to get more involved and invested into it, and maybe I will, because I got plenty of other games right now that I gotta beat.
Well, I know that's what I was kind of bringing there, but other games that came out there, Banjo and Smash. I am again very excited for. I think I can speak for that. But everyone, we're happy to see our boy home.
Well, when I first heard the news, I was so excited, and I go, "So there's no new game then?" And everyone goes, "No."
There was a live reaction from the Nintendo store when they announced it. Let me see if I can find the video.
Oh yeah, we can't play it, but yeah.
Yeah,
The point is, like,
can talk about it.
Scruff Winners, what do you think about that reaction of Banjo being in Smash?
I'm a big fan of it, and I will give you 3 reasons why. For starters, I think that means Rare is going to be able to publish a Banjo-Kazooie game again, multi-platform.
I'm just gonna post it in
Or at least
chat.
we might be able to get an HD re-release of the original ones.
That would be nice. That actually leads into point 2. We had the SNES Classic and the NES Classic, but they skipped this year, so I think it might be pushing to the N64 Classic, which, get a re-release of it in its original form. But you're right. It could also get a
Yeah.
release, but digitally remastered. And
Exactly.
3, it opens up for another platforming icon to join Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Dragon Quest. Was that a Dragon Quest or is it? I'm not
No,
familiar.
Evan, that's not who I meant. That no.
Evan, you gotta mod me on the YouTube channel so I can post a link so people
Yeah,
can watch
it's
the reaction.
I believe it'll actually
What?
start putting the wheels in. Okay, I'll wait for a
I'm
second.
sorry.
No, sorry, that was just me.
What are you
You gotta mod me on the YouTube channel so I can post a link so people can watch.
I'll have to do that later. But you've been
But
but it says here you posted the same link 5 times in our Twitch chat.
yeah, so people can get to it.
Okay, just you need to post it once, but thank you. But I can't do that right now. I'll have to do it afterwards.
But yeah, I'm saying it opens the door for another 90s platforming icon to join Smash Bros. Crash Bandicoot. The orange bastard deserves his time in the sun.
Wait a second. They're bringing Crash Bandicoot, a PlayStation property, to Super Smash Bros.
They brought Solid
a
Snake.
90s PlayStation property. He has been multi-platform since after Crash Team Racing.
Not to mention they brought Solid Snake, who was originally a
exact.
Yeah, but he had a game though on the NES though.
Yeah, but this was the Metal
That
Gear
is
Solid
true.
3.
Yeah, but the Metal Gear Solid games that everyone knows and loves were on PlayStation.
Yeah, this is Solid Snake, not the same. I think that's the one in the original one was a different Snake, was it? In Metal Gear 1.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was a different Snake, Justin. This is Metal Gear Solid Snake.
So this is Soft Snake.
What?
I get it.
I know, I get it, but like that.
I was thinking it was to be Liquid Snake or Gas Snake.
Gas Snake.
Gas Snake.
Or Dummy Thick Snake.
Aspic. It's like Aspic Steak. He's like a big gelatinous snake just like crawling around the place.
Yeah.
Aspic Steak.
But no. Think about it. You can market it so easily. Yeah, like think about it. Reveal trailer is Sonic and Mario dueling it out. They're about to meet in the middle. Crash comes belly flopping or spinning in. Crash spins into Smash. Boom. Tagline written, Nintendo, where's my money?
True, but I just thought about one property that's not gonna want to play nice.
If you're gonna say Spyro.
What?
Who owns Crash now? Activision, right?
Yeah, I have the Insane trilogy.
Yeah,
Activision.
I
don't know if Activision's gonna play nice. They don't normally like to play nice.
We shall see.
But let's talk about
Fate,
those.
How you doing? Sorry, Twisted Fate just joined the chat. How you doing, Twisted Fate?
Hey.
So, dude.
But yeah, we also got the Dragon Quest characters in Smash as well.
The legendary heroes.
Cool.
Yeah.
But there was something else though that was there. Like I don't think it was that they showed it over the broadcast, but it was there for people to play, and that was the Google Stadia.
Stadia.
Yeah, Google is making its own system.
Oh yeah, that.
Google's making a console?
Yes.
It's like live streaming.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Like you live stream the games. Like it's like Netflix for games.
Yeah, essentially. But this does kind of bring up a bit of a question because I don't know enough about the Google Stadia to really say anything about it. But I do have to ask if the world is ready for live streaming games, because here's my thing here. I know like also downloading games has become, the main key thing, but my problem is that you don't actually own the game. You just own the license to play it. Exactly. And I do not like that. Because at some point that license can go by. They can take it away from you at any given point.
That was the same problem that people were having with Steam, and Steam had to fix that, so you're right.
So I do have to wonder, with live streaming games, are they going to face the same thing? Like, despite GameStop's flaws, I actually don't want it to go away.
Yeah, because you get the physical game, you own the game.
Yeah.
Unless you sell it back to somebody or sell it back to GameStop for less than you paid for it. But
yeah, and
that's your problem, not mine.
And the thing is that a lot of people like to talk about the fragileness of games on a disc. They're actually a lot more durable than you think. All that little shiny reflective stuff you see on the bottom, that's actually inside the plastic, not on top of it. So so that layer of plastic on top was meant so you can so it could take a scratch and still play. So they're a lot more durable than people give them credit for.
Are DVDs made of something similar?
No.
Yeah,
Blu-ray?
DVDs, Blu-rays,
Okay.
PS2, PS1 discs. Yeah, they all pretty much function or are built the same with that layer of plastic and the shiny reflective stuff. That kind of the stuff that makes an ADD case go crazy is inside of the plastic. So I hate to say this because it sounds so pompous, but I don't think people know exactly what's really what's best for them, at least in this case, because they can remove that license at any given point. And what are you going to do when the system goes offline? It's been discontinued.
We'll have to see.
You're not going to be able to play it again.
We'll have to see what happens. Maybe they might have some implementation of something. I mean, it's Google. They've had some innovative stuff, except for Google Plus, which failed on a miserable level.
Yeah.
Who used to post status
that, Evan.
If you used to post status like reports on like Google Plus, raise your hand. That's what I thought. Except I'm gonna pretend Scruff raised his hand there just because I like to mess with him. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right though. Without GameStop, I wouldn't have been able to get this when Kingdom
Nice.
Hearts 3 came out.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes when you want to support a game that means a lot to you, i.e., maybe Halo, Kingdom Hearts, or even the Final Fantasy VII, you won't be able to get those things.
Oh yeah, that was another game that was announced. The new Final Fantasy VII. The new Final Fantasy VII. I didn't really watch it, but the footage I've seen looks really good. Not to mention Gerard the completionist actually got a chance to play an exclusive sneak preview of it, and he said it was just one of the best games he played that year.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. What was another thing that was announced with E3? I believe that not only that, but also Battletoads.
Oh, I didn't.
Which
Battletoads has a new game?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I was listening to again Pat in the Completely Unnecessary podcast, and they said, and they actually don't get it because other than it being a 90s styled game and a pretty good soundtrack, it's a game that doesn't really have that big of a following. Everyone knows about it, but the game itself was never really that good because it was hard on 2 players.
Yeah, we discussed this last week, actually.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I think I remember we were talking about, like, how hard it was, or I must have been talking about with another friend, like, that it's one of those super hard games, and what made it worth it was getting through the challenge of it.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I mean, let's see what they do with this remake. If it's good, then great. Perhaps they can actually have that fan base now.
Exactly.
But it just seems to be a game that people know, but didn't quite like. It just had that 90s edge.
One of the other things that I looked at with is, and you all know about Link's Awakening, the remake. Can I just point out that Link looks like fucking Charlie Brown?
Really? Like bald?
He looks like Charlie Brown. That's what I thought. Like, the game looks really good. Like, I agree. I only played the game once, and I thought it was okay, but, like, yeah, I, saw it. I like the design. I like the animation. It has kind of, like, a clay-like look, but, yeah, I'm, thinking myself, I'm going to be referring, if I have to name my character, I'm naming my Link Charlie Brown.
Good grief.
Twist of Fate says Linky Brown. Lincoln Brown. Does that sound like a band name? Like a musician? Lincoln
Brown, yeah.
Lincoln Brown.
It's Lincoln Park, but Brown.
There was also that Zelda skin with that game that goes with the beats. Did you see that game?
No.
It's like this game that you can only you have to move with the beat. The only way you can perform and fight is you have to move with the beat of the music to perform actions, and they have a Zelda cover skin coming out that it looks really creative in my opinion.
So it's a rhythm game.
It's a rhythm fighter game hybrid, really. I forgot what the name of the game was, but it looks really good. It looks really creative in its concept.
That sounds fascinating. Like a rhythm game mixed with a fighting game.
Yeah, it's like an overhead fighter, but like
So, but please tell me one of the bosses is Hatsune Miku.
No. That's not how that works. It's like the thing is like when you move, you have to like imagine the beat of the song going like do. Now the only time you can move is or perform any action, you have to do it with the beats. Like if you want to move up, you gotta press up with the beat, like do, and then you have to like swing at him at the right point with the beat. It's like really creative in my opinion. Apparently,
talk about reflexes.
But yeah, they're doing a Zelda skin, which I thought was really cool. I might check it out. It depends on what's there. But yeah, we got a
What's
lot
it
of.
called?
I don't know what the title was. Like I forgot what it was. It was. I could
Dang
fi-
it.
I could find it, but it was being shown at Treehouse. I was watching it with my friend Courtney. She was we were watching it, and it was it was pretty good. It was on the indie. It was an indie game that she teamed up with Nintendo for Zelda. So
Well, the
yeah,
concept sounds really cool.
E3 gave us a lot of good stuff there, and yet still no Metroid Prime Trilogy remastering. Here's hoping for the electronic show. Or the next one.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because seeing how we're on the topic of video games.
Okay.
I believe it looks like that both Sony and Microsoft are releasing new consoles next holiday season.
Yeah.
Would you like them to slow down?
Yes.
Like Yeah, because my thought is that like the PlayStation and the Xbox One are only like what 5 years old. Can you at least give them like maybe 10 years or something?
Hold on.
Like give them like a longer
lifespan
lifespan here.
I'm trying to figure out the lifespan of the.
What was the
when
Wii
did the
U's
PS4
lifespan?
and Xbox One?
That was 2013.
All right, hang on one second.
Well, like Nintendo released the Wii in 2010, I think it was.
The Wii U was
Already?
2012
It's been
and
like 9
What
years?
the fuck is the Wii U on?
the Wii U released in 2012 and died in 2017.
No,
So that had
Juan.
5-year
The Wii U
lifespan.
was released in 2012 and died the next day.
I know, I'm saying
Whoa,
official
Evan, that's a
lifespan.
little
Whoa.
generous. It died
Yeah,
in the minute it was announced. No. The first second.
anyway, for its
It was
official
dead on
lifespan,
arrival.
for its official lifespan, it died in 2017, so it had a 5-year. But
Yeah, I know. It was like
to
the last
Cruiser's
one.
point, yeah, I would love for them to slow down. I want them to focus on making great games instead of just making new consoles, more powerful consoles. Seemingly, how everything is moving to PC, like I said, just make great games.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta just do.
Now-
Gotta just do what
Now you
Nintendo's
can pay.
doing.
I mean,
Because now you
I
can play your
understand.
PS4 games on PC. You can play your Xbox One games on PC. There's almost no point.
Twist of Fate said
Yeah.
quack.
So, Xbox 360 came out in 2005, and then the Xbox One came out in 2013.
So yeah, they had a pretty good lifespan.
Yeah, it's yeah. So that generation, I'm gonna say had a better lifespan than this one.
Also,
And
had
they're-
good games.
Also, yes, it was very good, game oriented. However, with everything, just like it's competition. It really is. That's the driver at the end of the day. So you got Sony versus Microsoft here, and well, let's just face it. Microsoft took a shit this generation. They were riding high off crushing the last generation, PS3 versus Xbox 360. And they tried changing everything, and that turned everybody off. And then PlayStation came in and said, yeah, so here's basically an Xbox 360 on steroids. Everybody bought into it. They crushed it this generation. It's competition
And then
that's
PC came
making.
and said, "Have both on one."
It's like you ever seen that one
Well,
Simpsons? That one.
And you know something? I don't even think PC is all that greater than console. You're just paying more for what you can do on a console.
It's kind of like this. You ever seen that one Simpsons episode where Lisa makes her own Malibu Stacy with the spokesgirl, and then like at the end they're selling a new one, but it's just the same doll with a hat, and they're like, it's just the same thing there, but she's got a new hat. That's the Xbox of like general sense or like any of them.
Yeah, but I think, and again, Juan, you definitely tell me if you think this was definitely a factor. When the Xbox One was coming out, they had those original policies. What?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Twist of Fate where he wrote down, "This is an expert game console system." That's what the Wii U said.
But I think those original policies that Microsoft had originally for the Xbox One, I think put a lot of distrust in them. And I'll never forget too, PlayStation had that fantastic commercial where there's two people talking and it goes, "How to share games on a PlayStation. Want to borrow this?" Like, I just saw a murder. Like that.
Oh, 911! I witnessed a murder.
Because, I think some stuff like that, and also the having the built-in Connect, and having to be online all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck's the
I think
Connect.
Yeah. You know what? That's actually reminds me of a meme. Whereas it was like one of those like 4chan things where you see like everything listed in a row. Basically, the whole process of setting it up, taking forever to update. And then at the end of it, it goes, little sister just pokes her head in and says, turn off Xbox. And then the Xbox turns off and he tries to turn it back on and it makes him go through everything again.
Yeah, that was another
comment
thing
about
too.
the PC again, John?
My comment about the PC, you can basically do the same shit, except you can mod
Where?
on PC.
When? I can
If you want to
do
play, okay. What's the difference between playing Skyrim on PC and what's the difference between playing Skyrim on a console? You tell me right
higher
now.
frame rate, higher graphics rate. I can also multitask by watching YouTube videos while playing Skyrim, while doing my taxes all in one go. I cannot do that on PlayStation. It would literally cry.
We have a
I'll be right
flavor.
back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom.
You do that.
Time out.
Be right back.
Time out. But can I still play the game?
Yes, you can still play the game while you're doing all that at the same time.
You know, the Nintendo Switch also has Skyrim, so I could just take it along with me on that.
The thing
you got a point there too, Evan. No, the point is, Jawan.
The point is that when a console dies, it dies. If a piece of my PC dies, I open it up, take it out, and put a new one in. That's why it's better. A console is like as good as a gaming laptop. When it dies, it dies. When you get a PC, I'm doing like right now, I'm watching 5 different streams and playing a game all at the same time. I can't do that on console.
I really couldn't care if I had to watch a stream. I really couldn't care.
Yeah, well, that's you.
I could have a phone next to me. I don't need to.
In your opinion, it's not better, but for a lot of people's opinions who
my question still was not answered.
Yeah, what? You asked
No. You told me a bunch of shit that I could do. Could I still play the game on console and could I still play the game on PC if I just wanted to play the game? Then
at a lower graphics rate and frame rate, yeah, you can.
What's the difference?
The frame rate's the difference. What do you mean by what's the difference?
Can I still play a complete game on a console?
If you want to look like crap, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it doesn't even look that different.
Yes,
You're splitting hairs. You are
splitting hairs. That's what console people say. PC is definitely better than both consoles.
I'm just paying more for the same thing.
Now that you can play PS4 and Xbox One games on a PC, how is it not better?
That's cool, but
how is it not better?
How is it any different? You're playing PlayStation on a computer screen.
But I can also play Xbox on a computer screen at the same time.
Okay, you're playing. Why would I be using 2 consoles at the same time?
I can play Candy Crush on my mobile.
I can do that too. So I can do that and play.
Why? But ready.
Bring up the doc
if I wanted to play a game,
hold on.
If I wanted to play a game, why would I want to do 50 other fucking things? I want to play my game.
I'm not saying you want to. You can.
Okay, I can, but why would I?
Where's the tweet?
This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Just hearing these two.
Evan said his mobile. Now I gotta do something.
I'm just saying, why would I want to do everything else when I just want to play my game? I want to be immersed in my game. Okay, but why would I?
When an immersive game
would
comes
I
out,
ever?
You can call me.
Do I have to separate you two?
Yes.
My mom's humming Saturday night because we watched Rocket Man recently.
Oh, how was it?
Hold on.
It was awesome.
Well,
for any Elton John fans out there, it's awesome. I think it's not quite a biopic in the classic sense. Like it's more like a
Where's it at?
fantasy. Is like some things in the movie actually happened in Elton John's life, but a lot of them are like fantasy sequences where like something doesn't happen exactly that way in real life.
So
like
it was
he plays this song.
Would you say it was like Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah, it was directed by the same guy.
I can imagine there's like a they're building up to a big music universe where like one thing we're gonna see Freddie Mercury and Elton
MCU,
John.
the musical cinematic universe. No, the musician cinematic universe. That would be fun.
It's like when Metallica did that stupid like concert that nobody liked.
Watch it.
I'm not gonna watch Jack.
Watch out! You're attacking his other thing. Watch out! He might go off again and say it's the same thing.
Oh, fucking course. Hey, dude. You know what? Just because you didn't like
you
Skyrim
said mobile
doesn't
games?
mean the world didn't like Skyrim.
Evan, because you said mobile games, this tweet's for you. This one right here.
Thank you very
Oh.
much. Let me just put that on full screen for everybody to say. What is that? What is that? John? Is that Scruff licking the frickin'?
Yeah, the reply is, but no, what he says up top.
Oh. Well, Dr.
Oh,
Disrespect
nice.
is probably not a real doctor.
You know what? He's not actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twista is
So
saying
fucking-
looks pretty good. Reminds me of Jersey Boys, but about Elton John instead of the Four Seasons. Yeah, pretty much.
I agree.
And I saw the Jersey Boys, and that was awesome as well.
Oh, Justin, you're back. You just missed it. There was a fucking flame war between Scruff and Winters.
Yeah. Well, Scruff and Juwan, you mean? Scruff and Winters are the same guy.
Oh, I had an argument with myself. I didn't know.
Yeah, friggin' you missed it, Justin. Like, there was this fucking flame war between Winters and Silent Spartan X. It was so funny. Oh my god.
I was just sitting and smiling, just like,
I like literally
Uh-huh.
texted Bright Idea on Discord and I just said my bet's on Sparts. And like, so anyway.
Okay. So are we still on video games or have we switched topics?
I'm gonna say switch topics, please.
yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about Rocket Man.
Yeah, we're going into movies.
Yeah.
How we're
And
making-
it was great. I loved how the cinematography was and the costumes. I mean, it's Elton John.
I
What
still
are you
got-
gonna expect?
I still need to see Straight Outta Compton, okay?
I didn't think.
Oh
I
yeah,
liked
that one was
movie.
good too.
Yeah,
Ice-T
That was a good movie.
Bronson
The
That's-
guy who
James.
plays Ice-T is really good.
Yeah, I still need to see it because while rap is not my thing, I still can't deny the fact that NWA still made a big impact in music. So,
Mhm.
so out of respect, yeah, I'd like to see it.
But-
Yeah, I would say
Uh,
as a music aficionado, you would really appreciate
See,
it because like I don't know so much about NCA, so I learned a lot. So
NCA,
no, I'm sorry,
NWA.
NWA.
Let me just
my brain.
let me just bring it out here. Cruiser, are you much of an Elton John fan?
Not exactly. I mean, I have heard some of his soundtrack work that was good. Like he did "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." Good
Oh,
song.
yes.
Did you like?
It's
Crocodile
also
He
Rock?
a
did the soundtrack to Road to El Dorado.
Oh, that was a good soundtrack.
He also
it
did.
was.
He also appeared in the South Park Chef Aid soundtrack with his song "Wake Up
He
Wendy."
did.
Crocodile
Yeah.
Rock?
So, huh?
Did you like Crocodile? You didn't like Crocodile Rock?
I love
Rock.
Crocodile Rock.
You never heard Crocodile Rock, man?
That's something.
The only Crocodile Rock
the
song I
song.
know of was the Baja Men on the Crocodile Hunter movie.
Oh no.
No. That was a cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
John's is better. John's is better.
Yeah.
Thank
but,
you.
It's funny, wait, my first exposure to Elton John's music was
exposure. He's gay. What are you talking about?
No. It's like-
He's actually bi, but
as- it was this special from Alvin and the Chipmunks. They did this whole thing of in the 90s they had music through the ages, and so there's a chipmunk version of Elton John doing Crocodile Rock. I kid you not.
I swear to God, the
And
Chipmunks
Will
movie.
Smith hosted.
The Chipmunks movie has become the new Kids Bop. That's what's become.
Yeah. Although this
Is that
special
still
was pretty
going
good.
on?
Will Smith
I
hosted
don't
this
know.
90s collection of
I'll look
the
it up.
Chipmunks doing different songs.
I'll look it up, see if there is another Chipmunk movie coming out.
Yeah. It was the old 2D version, Rockin' with the Chipmunks. I wonder if it's
Oh,
on
yeah, that was a
YouTube.
good
I know
That
that-
Kid Bop, is that still going on?
Yeah, and so is now that's what I call music. Like they're up to like 75 on that, I think.
70
No, I think they're on 69.
yeah,
No meme.
Oh no.
it becomes like sexy music.
me see
yeah,
that.
they-
These are
Announced it
kids.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
it's
everybody
like the
went to
sex
their
party
Twitter
is
and just
producing it.
replied,
That's what they're doing.
"Nice."
Hey,
Uh,
everybody, shut up! I have an
literally-
erection.
They
Oh,
literally
no.
they announced it on their Twitter and everybody went and replied, "Nice."
Okay, so let's go back on movies. The trailer for Frozen 2 dropped, and it actually did look really good based on what I'm seeing with the animation. I can't deny.
Oh, you mean it's more than the teaser?
Yeah, they basically kind of like hinted it's more or less going to be surrounding Elsa trying to get the full extent of her powers, as well as probably her origins, which was never answered.
I'm
in
wrong
the
at
first...
70 now.
Nice.
But like, yeah, I saw the original Frozen. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that mom that was playing Let It Go all the other way, but I'm expecting one song to be in that movie, and it's a song called Keep It In. And I remember in the first trailer it shows.
Sounds like the
Giggity.
total opposite.
I remember seeing.
Just total giggity on that one, Evan. I'm sorry.
Anyway, there was one thing that I remember is that in the first trailer they're on a cliff and they're looking at the world. I remember I screenshot that and put down in the corner The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and posted that on Twitter and got so many notifications that day. It was so fucking.
Wow.
But aside from, but other than the one movie though I am interested in seeing that isn't music related is Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, Toy Story
That
4.
looks awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's already got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and of course Keanu.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it is, and apparently Keanu Reeves is in it. I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised.
Keanu Reeves is in Toy Story 4?
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves is in everything.
yeah, he
You're
plays that.
breathtaking.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves plays that Evil Knievel toy.
Oh man.
Christ.
Now I'm
Because
even
he-
more excited.
And apparently,
Because being a wild stallion in the world isn't enough.
and of course they got, not only that they
It's
also
a
got
banner year for Keanu.
not only that they also got the best old woman on the planet, Betty White, in there playing.
They did?
Yay!
Yeah, Betty White's in there. She's playing a character called Biddy White.
Speaking of
course
Betty
you would.
White, speaking of Betty White, hold on, I have to tell you this. I saw a picture. Like, you remember that old Obama picture that it was like red and white and said "Hope" on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, someone did that for Betty White, but it said "White
Oh.
Power."
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Hold on, guys. It was
Oh,
a joke
no.
that she did on. It was a joke she did, I think, with Conan. Like, it was something
Oh,
that they
boy.
played together. It wasn't an actual white supremacist. This
No,
was
I know, but it's
Dude.
like you know
Dude, we
how
got like.
it's
Not-
like it's funny, but
Come on,
also
Come on, man, we got someone. Moving on, another one that was coming out there. I remember seeing a trailer for. There was another trailer that was released this week. I can't remember what it was though. You know what? No, I'm confusing with that Star Wars trailer. My dad was playing reactions all during dinner, because he's psyched for that shit.
Yeah, your dad was playing reactions.
Yeah, my dad was playing. I was like saying.
Hey, I just got a follow request on Instagram from someone I took a picture with.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, random, but okay.
Father request? What?
Well, actually, Evan.
That's what I heard. I heard father request.
It's
Father
kind of
request.
yeah, it's
Don't-
kind of both. It's kind of a follow and father request.
Don't feel too bad. Evan's the same guy who said "Black me up."
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Get that out of the way. Anyway, I'm on.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no,
It was on
no,
the stream.
no. I'm being serious right now.
No, it was a
So
joke that happened.
I was Reaper from Overwatch for Saturday on at Comic-Con.
Oh, I'm sure you
we'll save
were.
it for the con segment. We'll save it for the con segment.
All right, I'll tell the whole story during the con segment.
Anyway, what else was going on this week? Nothing really much progressive going on this week. I believe Cruiser had some news on music. Tried to take up too much of the spotlight and try and beat and not do anything to mess
Yeah.
up this time. What is it?
Okay, well, there was a band back in the early 2000s called Static X. They were what's called industrial metal. They're a certified platinum selling artist. They did, I think they did like 5 albums. But back in 2014, their singer tragically died.
Yes.
Yeah, he took a Xanax and then an alcoholic beverage.
Ugh.
Swing and a miss.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so fast forward to today. It's coming up on the 20th anniversary of their first album, the Wisconsin Death Trip, which is it was based off a book that they saw. And they're doing this reunion with the original lineup, and obviously because their singer is dead, they need to find a touring vocalist. But they did something that was actually pretty unique.
That was.
They found a singer. However, the singer did not want to identify himself. He did not want his identity released to the public because he didn't want people to see this as Static X plus whoever. Just kind of like how there's Sublime with Rome and Queen with Adam Lambert. He didn't want people to see it that. He wanted people to see Static X because it's also going to be a memorial and a tribute to their late singer. So
kind of like what Black Sabbath does when like Dio joined in a way. They just refer to themselves as Black Sabbath.
Well, the problem is, though, is that you could tell that's not Ozzy. So what this guy did is that he actually wore a mask that resembles their late singer, but in a decaying state. Because no, hold on. Here's think of it like this way. They're called Static X, right? And think about, say, like Victor Frankenstein's monster, how he was able to resurrect him using electricity. That's the theming of it. So
I like it.
Yeah, so the idea is that they somehow managed to bring their singer back from the dead to do this. And because he's so in character that, as I said, he's not revealing his identity. They're not giving away his name, and they even gave him a stage name, which is the name Zero, spelled with an X.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like they're really going all in with this on a full-on storytelling aspect here. And
that like goes beyond a gimmick.
Yeah, like first of all, I gotta give a lot of respect for the nobility of the singer, because Static X was a high-profile metal band, and by just saying he played with them, he could have boosted his own career, but he said, "No, I'm not gonna do that."
That's an interesting choice.
He wants people to walk away with this going, "That was Static X," not, "Man, that new guy's pretty good." No, he didn't want that. So he could have had a chance to have a lot of fame and help his career, but he decided against it. And they don't know if they're going to still continue Static X after this reunion tour. They said it depends on the fans. And personally, as a fan, there actually is something I'd like to see them attempt. The way how this, not only this reunion, but this brand new album came to be, is before their singer died, he actually recorded some demos, some with music and no vocals, some with vocals and no music. So a producer friend gave it to his surviving members, and they were kind of playing around with it, and they were able to turn them into full-fledged songs. The songs that didn't have vocals, they were originally going to bring in some of their friends to do vocal duties, but then they actually discovered live backing tracks that their singer was using, and are using that for lyrics and vocals instead. So now they only need one guest singer.
To be honest, here, going back to Toy Story 4, that actually reminds me of a similar case. Dom Rickles died before even recording his lines for Toy Story 4, right? But Rickles' family said, "We want him to still be in the movie. Is there any way you can make it happen?" So what they did, they went through all these sound files from video games, from music, from friggin' all the other movies that weren't used, and were able to make the character communicate in Toy Story 4, apparently.
Whoa.
Boy,
they did the same thing with Mr. Leahy from Trailer Park Boys when they went over to the animated series. They took a bunch of sound bites, and it wasn't done great, but they took a bunch of sound bites and pieced it together for
Or like what they did with Isaac Hayes in that one episode of South Park where everything's clearly spliced in.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what they did with Mr. Leahy.
Yeah.
How about Jim Varney for Slinky Dog?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He was replaced with something, I think it was Jake Clark.
I remember he was.
Blake Clark. That's who it was. Yeah, he was. I mostly remember him from playing Sean Hunter's father in Boy Meets World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but going back with Static X here, personally, what I would once this tour is over and the album's released, there actually is something that I've been vouching for. Before their singer died, he made a solo album called Pig Hammer. And I listened to it, and it's not good. It's not a good album. There are at least 3 key elements missing, and when I say that, I'm talking about his 3 surviving band members. So what I personally would like to see them do is to take his solo album and sort of redo it so it sounds like an actual Static X album.
Nice.
Yeah. If you guys would check the general chat, I see Bright Ideas already checked it.
What is it?
You'll see.
In Shadeside Studios?
Just look. In Shadeside general chat.
Let me see. What did you do? What the fuck, man? All right, save it for that one.
I'm the map.
It's like, I'm the map. I'm the motherfucking map.
Hi, I'm the map.
It's like, hi, I'm the map. You may know me from such films.
Someone just shared a bunch of this one person's art on my Facebook, and I'm just kind of looking around right now. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, that's what is going on with in the world of music. One cool thing though that happened was when they first announced their tour, they were not even coming to Florida, and every time they made a post, I was begging them to come to Florida somewhere, and it wasn't until their recent post where they said that this new album is going to take a bit longer, seeing how they found those demo tracks. So I said, if you guys come to Florida, I'll be happy. And then suddenly I get a notification saying that they liked the message I left. I went, does this mean what I think it means? Sure enough, they got 3 stops in Florida.
Yay!
Yeah, they're coming to Fort Lauderdale. They're coming to Fort Lauderdale. I already got approved for my photo pass. Now I'm going to buy their VIP package, which is $75.
Can you get it? You think you might be able to get some interviews?
I already asked. They turned me down. I even spoke with their guitar player. They said it was out of their control. But however, this is what I actually want to try here. I actually have a different idea for music-related content where I'm going to try to do concert photography. In fact, I'm going to try to convince Brawny to come down for this as well, so he can kind of help me out in the pit here, and take photos of the performance, and then do a slideshow of the photos and do a commentary track of the show that night.
That's fair enough.
That's an
Maybe
interesting idea.
What I would suggest doing is, for an added bonus on that, like maybe you could use your green screen and like have you kind of like an analyst thing going on, like you're on the side of the thing like explaining everything, and the slideshow's like on this side. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a bad idea. If not the green screen, then perhaps maybe like edit in like a circle or anything. Because with my new house, I have very limited space.
Wait a minute, that's actually another thing though. Like, you still have to do. It would be a good chance for you to continue your concert review series.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually did some.
Yeah,
concert
because then you can
photography.
show pictures of the concert as you're talking about the concert.
Like I was doing concert photography like last week for my cousin's performance. Out of it, if you want to see anything, they have a song called "Charlie Brown Could Have Made That Field Goal," and like they were great.
I feel like I'm missing a reference there, Evan. Care to explain which field goal?
What? No.
Which field goal?
Field goal?
Which field goal do you think they're referring to?
What?
Dude, he's referring to Charlie Brown the cartoon.
Yeah, man, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the Peanuts.
But like,
so there's.
You never seen Charlie Brown trying to kick the football?
And Lucy being the bitch and pulling it away.
yes, I understand the reference. I was just making an NFL joke.
It's funny because the logo for the thing is I showed the song to Cruiser and he said he thought it was cool. It's Charlie Brown riding a nuke. He has the football like a muscle.
Philly.
Lucy is a big reason why I never liked Charlie Brown's cartoons.
Just call people blockheads.
I'll never forget. At one point, the show was coming to Nickelodeon, and I was a big Nickelodeon fan. And the very first episode they showed, it was them doing a football thing, Lucy pulling the ball away. They're all having some party for some reason, and they're blaming Charlie for not kicking the ball. Like, you pulled it away from me, you bitch!
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually have a Charlie Brown Zelda background. It's Link as Charlie Brown and Lucy as Navi saying, "Hey, listen, blockhead." I'm not crazy about the kids and the Peanuts, but I love Snoopy. We all love Snoopy. Twist of Fate.
Yeah.
Snoopy was the man.
Snoopy is awesome.
I named my dog Snoopy.
You don't have a dog.
Juan, black me up on this one. You know what I'm talking about.
Now you're
son of a
mispronouncing
bitch!
his
You said it
name.
again.
What?
No, that time was on purpose. It only works when he accidentally says it.
Yeah, I'm making it. Well, you said you're making it a thing, but yeah, Juan met my dog.
We have to keep it alive. We have to keep it alive.
Juan, you can back me up on it. You remember my dog Snoops, right? You remember Snoops?
Yeah, I'll block you up on this one. Yeah, he
Bring it
did, dog.
back.
I had a dog named Snoopy.
He had a dog named Snoopy, dog.
And he was
did
a
it.
beagle. He was a beagle.
Aww.
You can actually find pictures of him on my Facebook page if you want to look through my profile pictures. I got a picture of me hugging him with a bowl of popcorn and sipping a Pepsi.
Aww. Yeah, Snoopy's a good dog. He's a good boy.
He doesn't give a shit.
So yeah, that's what's going on in the world of music, or at least what I'm really interested in. I was a big Static X fan. I saw them 3 times. I was lucky enough to meet them on the 3rd before the singer died. And when I do get to meet them, and I'm meeting their stage singer Zero,
Nice.
I want his autograph, but dude, you better sign it as 0. I do not want to know who you are.
Yeah.
And that's not
I'm
meant
thinking
to
he's
be
going to be careful.
Yeah, he's gonna like
and that's
bucket
not
head
even
that shit.
yeah, like, and that's not even meant to be disrespectful, but I want to keep up the illusion. Like, once the the hype has sort of died down, then perhaps you could reveal him. But
Yeah.
But keep this story going, because I like this idea of like doing a total Frankenstein thing about bringing their singer back from the dead.
But like nobody's seen his identity. He's basically like bucket heading the thing, like how Buckethead's never had a photo of him released online. Has he?
Buckethead?
Actually, someone actually did put up a photo of him.
Didn't he
I
sue
forgot.
for that? I forget. I could have sworn.
I don't think so. I think because it was on like some YouTube video actually.
Buckethead's fucking cool, man.
What kind of music does he do?
I mean, he's a guitarist. He's a guitarist. He has the nunchucks. It's really cool.
Buckethead. He's a very talented progressive metal player. Like, this guy released a bunch of albums in the course of 1 year.
Ooh.
Like, I remember, I think it was the Giant Robot album. It has like 3 different albums there, and each one's a different doodle of the same thing. I think it was.
Cool.
It was.
Hey, guys, I gotta go get a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna see John drunk.
Okay.
No, just
Friend of
regular
mine,
drink. Unless you want me to be drunk, John, then give me, I don't know. Let me go find if I have rum.
Why is the rum gone?
Do you want drunk John or not?
No.
No.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go get a
Why are
regular
you posting
drink.
a
I'll be right
burger?
back.
There is one other thing that came out. It's kind of music related, but not really, and that's Gretzko season 2.
I saw Gretzko. I saw the whole thing.
So did I. Without spoiling much, I wasn't expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, usually with anime,
It was a nice twist.
It depends. Like,
And we have the other nice twist in the chat.
Yes, Twist O Fate. We had him at BabsCon.
Oh yeah. Is he going to BronyCon? Twist of Fate. Are you going to BronyCon? If so, I want to shake your hand and twirl your ears in a knot. See if you can helicopter.
Yeah, he's going to BronyCon. I've talked with him about it multiple times. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna meet this guy from California." He's like, "Oh."
Yeah, there's a good chunk of us are from California. I know Will is from there. I know not Fiery Joker, but his fiance, Aramel. She's from California as well. And so is Silverquill. And matter of fact, Silverquill is also a big Digimon fan. So when before we went to BabsCon and we were still at Omni Expo, they had this deal where the guys from Digimon, they'll sign your Omni Expo badge for free. So mine is stuck inside this sealable pouch to the point where if you pull this thing out, it's gonna rip. So they gave me another one so I can have them sign it, and I gave that to Silverquill.
Yeah, Paul St. Peter did that for me in my badge like 2 years ago. I have it in this little packet here. It's on my wall.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a real trip, and I'll still never forget this. And Evan, I think, still has it on video, where I say, what was the most cringeworthy line you ever had to say in character? And he goes, "Wormmon, please forgive me." And he goes, "Kiwimon, will you suck me dry?"
That is a good question to ask somebody.
Well, and here's what's even funnier, and just how the reason why I asked that. The very first time I went to Florida SuperCon down in Miami, that's where it was in 2014.
Yeah.
I get in line for Austin St. John's panel, who was the original Red Power Ranger, and I'm the second person in line. The first was actually David Horowitz, Alpha 5. He actually gets in character. Yay! Who was your favorite robot in Power Rangers? It's like, well, there was 5. There was Alpha 5, Alpha 5, Alpha 5, Alpha 5, and Alpha 5. But then I asked Jason what was his most cringeworthy line he ever had to say. And he goes, "I begged the director not to make me say this. I said, 'Dear sweet baby Jesus, please let me say anything else.' But we're chasing after this character, and I had to look at him and go, 'You're going down, clown.' It's like, no! like I'm only 18. Maturity is about this high off the ground. Like, let me say something to get what's an attitude behind." But then I found out, because of that little clip, that same actor who was playing the clown villain started doing conventions.
Nice.
So in a way, I kind of kickstarted this dude's con career.
It's funny
So
because
now,
like, a similar thing didn't happen to me. I didn't start up here, but there's a guy who had he's basically confirmed for cons because of that reason. Okay, so you know what? You guys know Five Nights at Freddy's sister location?
yes.
I'm familiar. I never played it.
Juan, you know the game, right?
Yeah, I know the game.
Okay, me and Bruce were in Tupelo, right? We had a booth there, and the guy next to us was the dude who was the instructor on Five Nights at
Exotic
Freddy's.
Butters.
Yeah, the Exotic Butters guy. I forgot. Yeah. So he got to see he was dressed as like the security guard. So all weekend we just kept hearing him say Exotic Butters all day.
Please tell me he signed a box of Lando Lakes.
No, but Bruce gave him a balloon basket of Exotic Butters.
I'm just thinking if Butters from South Park started talking more exotic. Oh, jeez.
Butters, you're grounded.
Poor kid.
Everyone knows it's Butters.
That's me.
Oh my god.
The sad thing is that out of all the characters in South Park, I was Butters growing up. I believed everything everybody told me.
Oh.
Oh, good lord.
Butters is like the most wholesome character on that show, but like even he has the dark side.
Yeah.
Professor Chaos.
I'm Professor Chaos. I can't do it too well. I can only do my Sonic voice. It's kind of like that. It's like, well, I can't do it too well. I'm sorry. It's close.
I just realized they both say. I realized they both say "ah geez," just like Morty.
Oh jeez.
Oh
jeez.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez, Frick. I don't want to be on a podcast right now. Oh jeez.
Speaking of which, season 4 is coming November.
Yes, can't wait.
Season 4 of what?
Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Rick and Morty. 100 years.
100 years, Morty.
100 years, Rick and Morty.
If that's the case, then there's something that I gotta see if I can try to record. A long time ago, I actually wrote a parody song to the Ramones' Blitzkrieg Bop and called it Szechuan Sauce.
Nice.
Yeah, it was about just like all the chaos for when they brought back Szechuan Sauce for that one reason.
That was fun. I loved watching that unfold.
So if Rick and Morty's really coming back in November, I still have those lyrics lying around. I have to see if I can record this somehow.
If you do that, can you get clips of people freaking out about the sauce, like that one guy who had the shirt over his head and yelling, "I'm big already."
Oh dear.
that'd be our music video, actually.
The guy in the counter is like, "Where's my Szechuan sauce?"
Yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully, I can see if I can find those lyrics and try to record this.
Oh my god! I remember one time Juwan was in a band. He only had one gig. Do I still have that clip on YouTube? I want to see if I still have that clip on YouTube of you in the band.
What was it called? The Juwana Jews?
Juwan, what was the name of the band?
I can't say it. Never mind.
I know
was
what
gonna say something. I forgot.
No, you're not gonna change.
Oh, you forgot.
No, I was gonna say something worse, but I forgot. It would come out wrong.
Twist of fate. Now we need about 350.
The slippery nipples.
There we go.
The slippery nipples.
Nope, that wasn't the name. I remember the name distinctly.
Yeah, I was about to say, mine are kind of dry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you flick that's the thing. If you flick your nipple, it'll become hard in 5 seconds. True fact, right?
I can't get in here to put in different
and right now, I swear, like everybody in the chat's probably doing it and not even saying anything.
Just all sitting home like, oh,
matter of fact, everybody in the chat, in fact, and everybody here, I'm going to tell you something right now. I can tell you right now how to beat a lie detector. There's only one thing you got to do. You have to tighten your asshole. Like you're doing right now. I'm not making this up either, because what the lie detector does is that it's measuring your heart rate. That's one thing. And when you actually tighten your sphincter like that, it will cause your heart rate to go up, even if you're telling the truth.
Isn't that kind of
Whoa. Isn't that counterintuitive? Like, if you want people to fail a lie detector,
Yeah, it's kind of the
How
same
to beat
thing.
the lie detector, how to prove
Oh.
that it's not, how it doesn't actually detect lies.
I
Because
see.
basically, what the lie detector is that it's a good cop, bad cop routine. The guy who is monitoring it is the good cop. He's telling you it's just you and me here. Now, you just be honest with me. But the lie detector is the bad cop, and he's kind of he's asking you all these tough questions. He's trying to get you under pressure to get you to confess to him.
Mm-hmm.
So like he'll say like think about that scene in Meet the Parents where Robin De Niro's like, have you ever watched pornographic videos? And you see that needle going back and forth really fast. The idea is to have that, kind of, saying that, I'm onto you, so the person will freak out and just confess everything. That's the point of a lie detector. It doesn't detect lies. It just records your reactions. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think they're like I don't know what the word is, but they're not acceptable in like court.
Municipal,
right?
I think that's the word. They're not municipal in court. Yeah, and I even remember the MythBusters tested out a couple of lie detectors, and according to the guy they spoke to, in order for these things to be effective, like they have to be a big lie, like there has to be something on the line. And so what the MythBusters did is that they said if like they took them like all the way to the other side of California for this, like some that actually took a couple hours to get there if you were to actually drove it, but because they're MythBusters, they got to take a plane. And they said, and this was a special kind of detector. This one actually looks at your brain. Okay, you're sitting in this thing, scanning your head as you're answering these yes or no questions. And if you could,
not your normal polygraph.
Yeah, and if you could fool it, then you would get to take a plane ride back home. If not, you had to take a cross-state bus trip.
It sounds like a bad idea either way.
That does seem like an incentive.
And somehow Grant Imahara beat the lie detector. He was able to fly home while Carrie and Tori had to take a bus ride for several days back to San Francisco.
I know I have that file. Where is the video of Juan's band?
Why are you looking this up?
Because I want to play
Why do you care? No, don't, Evan, don't.
You know he's going to. He takes after me. He's my little bastard.
You're my little bastard.
You're shorter than me.
Oh my god, I do have a file of it on my computer.
You found it?
The best part is I'm about to play it, but nobody can see it.
So we're only just going to see your reaction.
Press F.
No, the problem is I can't play it because because of the speaker systems, but I will leave it in the chat.
Hey, Horoscopes, you're in the chat. You're in the Air Force. Can you do me a big favor, bud? I'm gonna send you some coordinates. Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Juan, tell me my address. Try and send me a text with my address.
Oh goodness.
When I see you smile. I think that was the first
one. That's Tony you're embarrassing, not me, by the way.
Was that Tony and Tenorsha you with the tie?
Okay, so what was next on our list here of what we had to go over?
Nothing really much.
Yeah, we went through.
Oh wait, so no. Last week's episode of Pony.
Oh yeah, the week before, not the
Saturday. Yeah, for anybody out there who's watching, because we don't know how many watched this latest episode of MLP, we're still going to give everyone like a week's worth of time to watch it. So that's why we're going to be discussing the previous weeks, which, to be honest, I thought was a way better episode.
Yeah, with the Starlight and Trixie.
We had Starlight, Trixie,
Maud, and her boyfriend.
Sunburst, Maud, and what was his name? Like Brayburn? No, not Brayburn.
No, it was
Mudbriar.
No, it was Terramar. Oh, yeah,
Mudbriar.
Terramar too.
Yeah, Terramar was there too, but honestly, like Maud was in full form. Like she was hands down. Yeah, she was the best part of that episode because we actually got to see her make different emotions.
Yeah.
The best thing, I mean, like, because you had Mudbriar doing his whole technically shtick, and even Maud's like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah.
Just that one lift of the eyebrow, it just communicates everything.
Yeah.
Or there's even a moment where, like they were trying to have this party. Silverstream goes missing, and Ma goes, "We can still have a party." A search party.
Yeah, a search party. That was just gold.
Yeah.
Rocked those puns.
Yeah, and she even like her boyfriend ends up turning into like a stone, and it's like, and
Yeah.
Starlight goes, and
With the
Mudbriar's a hunk of rocks. Like, you got the hunk part right.
Yes.
Oh God,
I
Maud,
love the whole thing.
Maud, that was the best.
That was the episode. That was an episode filled with sexual innuendos. Everything Maud says, and there was just too many cocks.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole field of cockatrices. Cockatrices.
Like the only thing I didn't like about the episode, and this could be kind of maybe a bit of a nitpick, but I don't think so. But basically, yeah, they're running from a horde of cockatrices, and they come upon the sister of the two castles. Now, if you remember, that castle is not finished. It's just you know a bunch of rubble.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in ruins. So they go through the door, they slam it. The cockatrices stop, but there's no walls. There's no walls. They can just fly over and go through. Like,
Is
what
there
the hell?
maybe a force field? Maybe there's a force field protecting it? I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to deduct either a point or a half a point for that. Because, like, if you at least said, you know, there was a force field or I put a spell on there, like, I can at least accept that. Because if you, like, you know, if you're being chased by, you know, bees or some other animal, running behind a tree does not stop them.
Nope.
I'm sorry, it doesn't.
They have wings.
Yeah. So that was the only real thing that I didn't like about it, but other than everybody was in full form, and even Mudbriar had to realize that perhaps maybe his technically talk was getting too much.
Yeah.
Because when when they're giving that death stare, he goes, but he's still smiling, like, wow, it took a threat to get this guy to realize he's being an ass.
Yeah.
So, but that was a fantastic episode. It was great.
Yeah. I did think that Silverstream, like her like airheadedness was kind of overplayed. It's like, man, you forgot to call your family saying you would be working late on a school project. It's like,
and not only that, but you also went to Starlight for other synonyms for dry.
It's like
I get that there's no internet here, but there's still a physical thesaurus you could look up. There's a library right there at the school.
You don't need the counselor to tell you these things.
Okay, so I'm trying to think.
So all in all, great episode.
So I've been playing more of Super Mario Odyssey for the first time.
And
I think it's a good game. It's just I think it's kind of too much of a collectathon in my opinion, really. I mean, like I'm finding moons all over the place.
Well, to be fair, you do have to collect moons to get to, the different levels. So at least there's at least a point to why you're collecting.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that it has points. I just feel like the game's a little too easy, but it's okay.
Well, let's see. I've still been playing Mortal Kombat 11. I finished Uncharted 11.
Wait. What are you playing Mortal Kombat 11 on?
PS4.
I was about to say I didn't know whether you had the Switch version or not. Is the Switch version good, John?
I didn't buy it for the Switch.
Did you just call him John?
Yes, John. He's the guy here.
Whoa! Wait. I thought that was Juwan's question. What was the question?
Did you play the Switch?
He had both of us.
Did you guys play? Juwan said no, but John didn't say. Did you ever play the Switch port of Mortal Kombat?
Oh no, I just had the PlayStation 4 version.
I haven't. No, I heard the Switch one's meh, but I don't know.
Yeah, 8-Bit Eric, who actually works with the Game Chasers, he said, I think he said there might actually be a couple of frame rate issues with playing it on the Switch. But
I know it looks like it's kind of beyond its capabilities at this point. I mean, like with the Switch thing, it's more or less. It didn't look like much of graphics, but the graphics of Mario were good. But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Mario was designed to be cartoony and not to be as full of action as, say, Mortal Kombat is.
Well, yeah, it's like with Mario games, it's like don't focus too much on the graphics, make the game fun. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what Pedicre said. It's like you're talking about the graphics. Come on, guys, gameplay, be happy.
Now, as for going back to Mortal Kombat 11,
all the spawns.
I think I'm done playing it because one of the things that it does, well, this is something that actually Mortal Kombat's been doing since 9, is they have this really great thing called the Crypt, where you take all the points you got from battling in the story mode or in the towers, and you can actually unlock new content.
God.
But one thing that they did with 11 is that they actually made it bigger, and there's actually different puzzles that you can unlock and solve to unlock more content. And with one of them, like I solved them all, but I'm up to the very last one. But in this last one, you have to get an amulet, and here's how you do it. You have to defeat one character 50 times, always ending with a fatality or brutality. And because it's randomized, you can't just do it all in one, playthrough. So I said, that's what I have to do? No, I'm done. Nope. If I want to know the fatalities, I'll just look them up on YouTube.
And I'm just wondering what they're
Not worth it.
I'm just wondering what character they're gonna be adding there. And I remember when I was in college, we were doing this.
Wait, you're wondering who the next character being added is?
Yeah, who is it?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung? Wasn't he already in the game?
No, he was.
He got killed in 9. Well, guess what? The game's been out for 8 years, so no spoiler alert needed there. So he got killed in 9 by Shao Kahn when they were trying to revive Sindel.
Cool.
Then he was referred to in Mortal Kombat X, and he's also the gatekeeper of the crypt in Mortal Kombat 11. And since it's pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I actually did get the deluxe edition, so I'll get that stuff when it comes out. Like, I know I know there was a download that was just made for it, but it was for a bunch of patches. As far as I know, the new characters have not been released yet.
I mean, like, you look at like Mortal Kombat in history, they got Alien, Predator, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface. Like,
Actually, I have inside track on the guest characters.
Oh, really?
Yep. Spawn and Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh yeah,
so
Ash,
far.
So like one thing I remember is that like I was in college and we were doing a charity for the Ronald McDonald House or something like that to raise money, and one guy said, "Doom guy to how would that make any?" Okay, so one thing that someone said was, "What if they got like fucking Grimace from McDonald's just to be in Mortal Kombat?" For the rest of that night, we just had this long drawn out comment section with like 200 comments of us like inserting Grimace's name into like different video games. And so yeah, that it all stemmed from that. Like my submittance was like Kingdom Hearts 3.58 over 2 pounds of Grimace. So like and so, but yeah, what if they just have like Grimace was just confirmed for Mortal Kombat?
Oh,
I do
boy.
know that there was this big rumor where they were trying to get Shaggy in there.
Well, yeah, that was because of the thing. But then, actually, before E3, the creators were saying, "You guys seriously want the DLC? We'll consider it." And if that's the case, I want to see that shit, man.
If they do it back in
Grimace is a character.
It's like Zoink Scoob sick 'em. Terminator, that would be cool.
Oh,
that
boy.
I can see. I can see
Have you
that.
guys seen the Terminator
That might be one of the guest characters in the second combat pack, actually.
Yeah, but the question is, as a nerd nitpick and a fan of Terminator, there's no character specifically named Terminator. You're going to have to give me type and name. Thank you very much, Derek the Brony.
Yeah, it's like the T-1000
Is it
or...
the T-1000? Is it the friggin' T-800 series? You have to give me some specificness here, man.
Yeah, one of those cool ones that can morph into metal and like turn their hand into a freaking spear.
Yeah, it was T-1000. That was what was his name? I forgot.
Okay.
I forgot the actor's name.
I don't remember. What do you guys have? You guys seen the trailer for the new Terminator movie?
Oh yeah, well,
I have not.
Linda Hamilton's back. I don't care, but basically I'm like I didn't see Genesis. I thought like Salvation was enough, and then I saw Genesis and what the plot is like. Okay, I think I'm done here.
James Cameron's directing this one.
Well, I'll see what happens. Like I hate like the side story with Sarah Connor being raised by a Terminator.
Oh, and for any of you guys who are wondering about the new additions made to Disney and Universal, we have not been on those yet. We've seen, stories about them, but we have not personally had a chance to check out those attractions. So, unfortunately, we are not going to talk about them just yet.
Okay.
Plus, not to mention, it literally just opened. So, no spoilers. Give people a chance to kind of check it out. So, sorry, people.
Anyway,
go ahead.
Like I was about to say, like, what was the name of the one in Universal? Hagrid's Motorcycle Adventure or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
That sounds like a mod on Gary's mod. Like a mod game on Gary's mod. Hagrid's Motorcycle Adventure. like
That
a
sounds
ROM hack or
awesome,
something.
honestly.
It's just like a.
I actually, yeah. In fact, Evan and I we have a friend of ours named Raul who does work at Universal Studios. He actually said he waited 5 hours to go on that ride.
Who fucking cares? I waited
Whoa.
5 hours to get like friggin'. Who's the guy who does the voice of Batman? Fucking Kevin Conroy. I waited 5 hours for Kevin Conroy. I can wait for a.
Yeah, well, I waited 12 hours to meet Dream Theater. I win.
I didn't say, I wasn't really much of a
What are you
competition.
You know
doing?
what's really funny?
What's that?
Your face?
Juwan, should you tell him or should I?
What?
How big was the line for Kevin Conroy today?
Non-existent.
Yeah, we could have met him in 5 minutes.
Well, it's
Seriously?
Sunday.
Yeah, like, well, technically Sunday's like the lukewarm thing, Saturday's the blast. But like, I remember on that Friday, I was waiting there just to get an autograph for my sister, and she was like, friggin', still pissed they took. No, Dueling Dragons was. Courtney, look, here's the thing. Dueling Dragons was good, but it was only good if you were in the front, because you could see the action.
Well, to be fair, all suspended roller coasters have that issue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like suspended roller coasters. They're fun, except for Superman. That one I am never doing again.
I'm not sure if I got to go on Dueling Dragons or not.
Which how did Superman's go?
It's like Juwan, you went on Superman, didn't you? Six
No.
Flags. Okay, Superman's like just it's a rappelling coaster, except the coaster like zooms you forward to make you look like you're flying like Superman.
Oh, I went on one of those. They had one of those at SeaWorld, and you can feel like your stomach like moving around.
Yeah, you go over the loop and I felt like my
That feels
stomach
like
was
it
gonna
would be
shoot out of my mouth. I'm like, no. So I'm not going on that ride because I'm a chicken. I'm going on that ride because I wanna go through the rest of my day. Day fine.
Yeah.
Not to mention there was that.
I'm a coaster nut, and that even sounds really.
I will say,
not
I will tell you
safe.
this though, Bright. It is at least worth doing once, at least once,
Yeah.
and then
I would
see
do
for
it
yourself.
once.
And then you can at least see if it's good for you. Because here's one thing, but I have a gut. Okay, so it's going to affect me a little bit harsher than someone who's skinny like you.
Right, I just realized that.
Yeah.
There's also
I love coasters.
there was also this Green Lantern coaster, which I really did not even understand, because I may know nothing.
It was
about
a stand-up coaster,
Yeah,
right?
You're like standing like this the entire time. I'm like, okay, what's this have to do with the Green Lantern? Does he fly like that or something? I don't know.
Yeah, does he fly like?
Does he fly like a fucking sarcophagus? I mean, like you. But yeah,
That I don't.
Well,
but
sarcophagus would be like.
look, I'm not gonna diss the new Hagrid's motorcycle adventure coaster, but let's just put it like this: the only reason they announced it 1 year ago, was it?
I don't know.
It was 1 year ago. They built it. They wanted to get that ride out because Disney was doing it. They wanted to beat Disney to that thing because it's a motorcycle coaster, isn't it?
It is a motorcycle coaster, yes.
Yes, and they were doing it because Disney's currently building Tron, which the track layout is at Magic Kingdom. If you go to Tomorrowland, it's already out. It's gonna be awesome because it basically gives you what you've always wanted to do in Tron: ride the fucking light cycles.
Okay, but as someone who is more of a Universal fan, I can't say whether or not if it's because Disney did it. Because one thing though that you have to realize is that it's not Hogwarts without Hagrid.
Yeah, we already have his hut in the world. And
I'm talking about something that
I don't know if I've been there.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, dude.
not to mention, Flay of the Hippogriff. That's Hagrid's ride. He gives you the ride spiel. He takes you through you see his hut. It's like right there.
And that's a dinky little mini roller coaster.
What do you expect Hagrid's ride to be, like a big rush hour like?
I expect it to be what I saw for this ride. Like I said, Bill, I haven't seen it, but I definitely looked up both attractions.
Yeah, Hagrid's motorcycle. How many movies did Hagrid show off his motorcycle? Like 2?
It's still iconic in the story.
In the story.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here's what Courtney says. Honestly, if they somehow got rid of the Hulk ride, I will choke a bish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Juwan, did you ride the Incredible Hulk coaster yet? At Universal?
No, I didn't.
Are you a coaster rider still, or are you?
No, I don't like them.
Oh, that's fine. What about you, John?
What?
You chicken shit.
John,
What about roller coasters? Which one?
did you do Hulk?
I've only ever been to Six Flags once, and it wasn't with the freshman trip.
No, Universal Studios in Florida.
Oh, I've never been to Universal Studios. I've only been to Florida once.
Oh, right. But like
Oh.
the Hulk ride is like voted one of the top 5 roller coasters on the planet, and it shows very much. Justin, you can back me up on this one.
I'd say
Dang.
so. However, I do not like the new modification.
Yeah, I heard the new. I haven't been on it, so I can't really judge it. But...
Yeah, like if I can actually at least just give one away. For those of you who have been on the it before, whenever you're going up it, and it's been out for a while, so I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. But as you're going up that first incline, you hear Dave Banner like, "Okay, I think it's stable. I think we got it." Then you hear warning, warning, warning. He goes, "No, no, no!" And then it blasts you off.
And the and just like the Hulk, the coaster roars.
Yeah, but in the new set, the new layout, it doesn't do that anymore.
Oh god,
The story of the coaster is now, hey kids, you want to be the Hulk? Well, now you can.
Does the coaster at least still roar?
That I don't remember, but the speaker, the coaster actually has built-in speakers now, so there's actually like a soundtrack as you go through it.
Okay, that's kind of bad.
But the speakers are not by your head where you need them. They're down where your feet are.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds counterintuitive.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And instead of hearing that, warning, warning, and Dave Banner screaming, it goes, transformation complete, and then shoots you off.
God damn it. Like, hold on, we got a caller coming in, and we got Courtney coming in.
All right.
Don't make any jokes.
Welcome
Courtney,
to the call, Courtney.
You are on Ants. Welcome. Hello?
Is your microphone working?
Courtney.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Hulk coaster.
Oh yeah.
Have you been on
She
that?
is so enthused. You hear that? Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're the one that brought up the comment, Courtney. I mean,
Well, actually, the first time I went on the Hulk was for my senior trip in high school, and it was one of the first rides I ever rode on with one of my friends. So if they ever got rid of it, I will not be happy.
No, that sounds like it holds a special meaning, huh?
Oh yes. It was the first time I got to stay up past 3 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding.
we should try and get Juan to ride it. We should get Juan. Juan, when are you coming down to Florida?
Not for a long, long time.
Cool. If he goes to Universal, we gotta make him ride Hulk.
Deal.
I thought he said he wasn't a coaster guy.
I know. That's why we're doing it.
Well, speaking of having visitors to Florida, there's actually someone that we know, Evan, that actually is coming down to Orlando sometime in July.
Well, who's that? By the way, Courtney,
Who's
thank you for
that?
joining us.
No problem.
Thank you.
I need to. Okay, am I? No, wait, wrong one. Sorry.
It's funny because
Oh, there's Evan.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
I actually hit the wrong thing.
But what I was saying is that Misanthropony is actually coming to Florida in July.
What?
wow.
Yeah, his aunt.
Is it
He
coming
told
to
me.
Orlando or?
Yeah, it seems like it. I told him that he is a big Star Wars fan, so I was telling him about all these attractions, and I go, I tell him like, well, see if you can save up to come down here, and he says that he's coming down with his aunt, sometime in July.
Ooh.
And
Awesome.
if that's the case, then if we can, then Evan, let's see if we can try to show him around.
I can try. It depends on how much work my workload is or what I'm
Yeah.
free. But yeah.
Mhm.
He was telling me like he hopes that he can at least get into Galaxy Edge, and I told him that if you can't, I said if you can't, there's still Star Tours and the Void at
Cruiser?
Disney Springs.
Cruiser, Galaxy's
What?
Edge doesn't open until August.
Mhm.
Oh, it was Disneyland that just opened. Well, we can still show him the Void.
You can just if he wants to go to Galaxy's Edge, you can show him the outside banner saying Galaxy's Edge is coming.
Yeah.
Either way, I hope we can at least show him the Void because, to be honest, like I was so impressed with that thing.
I know. I will say up front, I don't know anything about Galaxy's Edge, but I'm gonna say something. My dad's friend, the designer of Men in Black: Alien Attack, David Cobb, went on the Falcon ride, and according to him, considering that he's designed theme park rides, the guy left in disbelief of tears about how impressive it was. So,
That is a good story.
So yeah, considering this is coming from a ride designer, and since David Cobb knows his shit, I'm not gonna go against that. But so yeah, David Cobb, guy who made Men in Black. But yeah, It's only for reservations. Yeah, that's a new thing they were doing. He was showing off his band and everything there. Static Shock. Ow. Static Shock. Who's Static Shock?
I have no idea.
Static Shock is supposed to be played by friggin' Jaden Smith.
Why?
Why
No.
not?
Huh?
Static Shock, the fucking cartoon from WB. Does anyone remember that besides me?
I remember the theme song.
I do.
Was
I
anybody
remember it.
really
James
related
Smith.
to? It was DC, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
technically DC, but we don't like to talk about that here.
It was like
Not
the
in this
DC
household.
animated universe, basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
he teamed up with Batman before, so.
Yeah.
Batman.
I was wondering if it was related to Batman in any way, like not family, but like in the same universe.
so let's see here. There's
It's
something
funny.
else.
Speaking of the Men in Black, you guys see the new? Like, I'm excited for the new Men in Black International.
I haven't seen it yet. Like,
That I'm curious to see.
Yeah.
John, what do you think about the new Men in Black movie coming out?
I mean, Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth do have a pretty good chemistry, so it's not
Mhm.
gonna be terribly acted. It just it matters if it's gonna be well written. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the effects.
The effects, the aliens don't look really that good in my opinion, but then again, the aliens never
Yeah.
look good in this series. Juan, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yo, he's a ball and chinian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Valentinian.
Weren't you a Men in Black fan?
Kind of.
I guess
I love that.
that's it
Kinda.
all.
I mean, I know what they're doing. They're like making a universe of Men in Black agents. That's fine. Men in Black is all over the place. Hell, Michael Jackson was up for Men in Black at one point, but he got turned down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of
Hey, guys,
movies,
can I be a Man in Black? I can be Agent M.
but speaking of movies, one that I haven't seen this movie yet, so I really can't say much. But it's been getting mixed reviews, and I'm very disappointed of that. Was the new Godzilla movie?
Oh.
I was disappointed to hear.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I still want to see it. Don't get me wrong, but when even James Rolfe says it's not good, like, oh boy, this can't be good. Now I will say this though, because when it comes to me and my decisions, I want to hear, both sides of the argument, and then I can get a better idea of what my decision is going to be.
Yeah.
Now, and I was listening to, again, the CU podcast, and there was one thing that Pat Contry brought up that made me realize, okay, he's got a point, is that this particular genre of movies, giant monsters fight, kaiju,
Yeah.
there is a limit to this thing, because that's basically the main attraction, seeing monsters fight. Because even when you look back at the old Godzilla movies, all they really are is just spectacles. They're meant to see, monsters fight, watch miniatures blow up, and see some shaky cam with interactions from human characters. That's really all there is to these movies. So you're never really going to get anything that's really that in depth. There is a limit to this. It's just they're basically just popcorn movies. So I realized, okay, he's got a point. So now when I go in to see this movie, I can go in thinking, okay, don't expect to be anything to be deep or impactful.
Right.
Just enjoy the fight that's on screen.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like the Avengers. You're watching it for the action, not really much the story.
Yeah.
In a way.
But
like,
also,
I mean, if you're going in for the story, then
before
you're not disappointed.
Clifford the Big Red Dog is a kaiju.
Grape Ape is a kaiju.
Yes.
Grape Ape is official
boy.
kaiju.
Okay, speaking of
Now I want to
kaiju.
see the Clifford movie. Like, not terrible though.
Okay, speaking of kaiju, what do people think of the new Pokemon kaiju thing in the games?
I want to see my
Dynamax.
Dynamax Wailord. I want to see my Dynamax Wailord.
Oh boy.
To be honest, I find
Is that
Pokemon
one of the
kaiju-
ones confirmed to come over though?
It's going to happen. Everybody wants to see a Dynamax Wailord, and the memes have already come out.
I honestly I do not like the idea of having giant Pokemon. I don't, because
I mean, you can't fit it in a stadium.
I mean,
Well, you can. In the game they do make special stadiums for the Dynamax Pokemon.
here's
more
my thing.
Digimon by the day.
Yeah, Digimon forever.
Yes.
when it
Yeah.
comes to Pokemon, like the whole appeal was that they were like these tiny, cute little monsters, and now you're making them the size of buildings. Like, okay, well the cuteness factor went away.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not like it's going away. It's just like a Super Saiyan form, basically, in a way. The only
That
thing,
doesn't need to be that tall.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
you
I
know, it
mean,
depends.
you're expecting like 10-year-olds to be able to catch these things.
Yeah, like
It's
now,
freaking
like
huge.
Pikachu, crush mommy's house. That'll show that bitch.
Well, that's the
Again,
thing.
I'm
Pretty
going
much.
back to this argument where Nintendo, I'm pretty sure, is well aware that not too many 10-year-olds are playing that game. There's
That's
a lot
a
of
good point.
like I went into Comic-Con dressed up as a Pokemon trainer. Only like 3 or 4 kids came up to me and realized I was a Pokemon trainer, and all
Yeah,
adults
that's a
came up
good
to me and was like,
point.
"You're a Pokemon trainer." Like no kids are even playing that game. They're more into Fortnite and Apex Legends and
If that's the
Yeah.
case, then it's
Fallout
going to be those
76
people going,
and all that.
crush my ex-girlfriend's house. That bitch.
I'm not okay. Officially, I went against Cruiser. I can go for that one now. Dynamax. Shout outs to the whore. Anyway,
Oh boy.
Anyway, like freaking. Oh my god, I gotta make that a reoccurring thing. Anyway, freaking.
Somebody's gotta make a webcomic of that, just like giant Pokemon crushed my ex-girlfriend's house.
I'm waiting for that to become a bit on Dorkly. That's what I'm waiting for.
There it is.
Yeah.
If I ever get a friggin' giant Dynamax Whaler, I'm just gonna give it the nickname ex-girlfriend.
Oh no.
Give me a Dynamax Snorlax. That will be ex-girlfriend. Ha ha.
See, if I were to do that to my sister, she'd just fall asleep on its gut.
Well, yeah, it does look like Snorlax always look like you could just sleep on him, like a big.
He looks like a giant beanbag chair. That's what he looks like.
They should have a.
They should make
Snorlax
Snorlax beanbag chairs. Yes.
official.
They do.
Do you
I've
own
never
one?
They
seen
do.
one.
Dwan,
It's like a giant plush thing you can lay on.
well, you're the one
Oh,
going to
that
Japan. See if they have them there and bring one
true.
back.
Yeah, like
I
try to
don't
bring out like, here's my carry-on.
Oh, how about Totoro and Snorlax just together as a flop?
Next time on Death Battle.
Two Pokemon.
Speaking
that
of
That's
Death Battle,
thing?
yeah, it is. And matter of fact, when it comes to Death Battle, I remember in the last pony-related one they had with Twilight
Yeah.
versus Raven, which was still one-sided.
Yeah.
There is actually they thought they were done with Pony, but I realized they're not. There's actually one other match they could do that involves that show. Discord versus Aladdin's Genie.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
wait a minute.
I could definitely see that.
Wait, hold on. Which genie?
I said Aladdin's
Yeah.
Genie.
There's two different.
Yeah, no,
genies
but there's two: the animated or the live action.
I'm sticking with animation just because
Very good.
Discord's a cartoon.
Because Discord's animated.
Well,
it
see,
figures they're both
See,
animated.
when you were first testing me there, Evan, I thought you were talking about in Return of Jafar, where they brought him back as the Jafar the Genie.
Yeah, they
No, that was
had the
Jafar.
voice
He was
of
just a
Homer
genie.
Simpson.
Genie Jafar.
But
He's
yeah,
the
that
bad
one.
guy in Kingdom Hearts. So you just shout, oh, that's what he sounds like.
Yeah, so there is something they can still do involving Pony. I did submit that match to them.
Nice.
Will they do it? I don't know, but they took they did take one of my last matches, and that was Laura Croft versus Nathan Drake from Uncharted. And yeah, and here this is what I find so gratifying with that is that everyone in the comment section said that was a stupid match, and then next season on Death Battle, like aha!
Hey, I'm still waiting for Light Yagami versus Lelouch v Britannia. So,
But however, here's the thing that I did not consider. I did not consider that they were going to take all of Laura Croft's games into this because Uncharted at the time only had like 3 or 4 games. But with Tomb Raider, they took like her entire back catalog, and I thought that was a bit unfair. I thought what they should have done was just her current games for the PlayStation. That way, because the way I kind of saw the battle was street fighting versus wilderness survival.
that's the thing.
That's-
for me.
but,
Twist of Fate has another suggestion: Discord versus Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls.
Oh, that's a good one. It's like I've
Yeah.
seen Bill Cipher put together against
totally
Flowey.
Yes.
And then suddenly MegaCon like 2 years ago comes around, 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah,
ago.
you told this story before, but
Yeah, I meet the voice actor of Nathan Drake, and I go, "So, did you see that episode of Death Battle?" he goes, "Yeah, I did." I go, "Sorry, I was the one who suggested that." He goes, "That was you?" Like, yeah. And he's like, "Well, I lost a fictional battle against a fictional character and a fictional story. So what?"
With fictional boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I told
the
him,
upset is fictional.
so yeah, like at the end of the day, he really didn't care. But
Yeah.
but again, I told him what I thought. I was expecting it was going to be, the current iteration of Tomb Raider. I did not think they were going to take all of her battles into consideration.
Yeah,
her
they
games.
usually do everything. Just like with Link, they did all the weapons from his games throughout the years and everything like that.
Yeah, which to me, like, I still stand behind. I think it's a bit unfair because when you have a character with that much history, with that much going against a character that has this much, that's not really fair.
Hey, you're the one that suggested it, so shut up.
Yes, but now I'm telling them that I think that they should have, made this a bit more fair.
Dwan, give us something else to talk about. Wait, when did you switch hats?
Yeah, I noticed that he had switched hats at some point. It went from Ash Ketchum hat to Naruto hat.
Speaking of Naruto, Evan also launched another Bruce Carr video with the people from Naruto, right?
Yeah, I got a
Oh, cool.
That was a Naruto Kurama form that was released about several weeks ago, but yeah, it was out there. It's really good.
But this is what I'm going to give everyone a little bit of behind the scenes trivia here. I'm helping Bruce move this giant balloon sculpture. Evan's got my video camera, and he's got it on us. And I keep telling him, put it on the guy, put it on the guy. Like,
yeah,
I'll do it. Like, it took you forever. I'm like, Adam, we're gonna get only one shot. Let's put it on the fucking guy. I was like, okay,
dude. Yeah, I was like, dude, I filmed Bruce with guest reactions hundreds of times. I know what I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you may have done it, but I'm not going to trust you to get it to miss it. Okay, seriously.
Yeah, and it worked out fine.
Yeah, that because of me. but
wait, guys, we have to stop the subject. Juan and John, you guys, I apologize about this. You guys need to talk about your convention experience. I am so sorry for the hold up there.
Oh yeah, yep.
I'm so
Juan,
sorry.
you can start it up, dude.
That's okay. We did the 4-day pass. It's a little band I had to keep on my arms for 4 days. It was kind of annoying to keep up with. You can see a little Wizard World logo there.
Yeah.
The first day, it was just kind of scoping out the place. Really, nothing going on too much. Then Friday, Darren came in.
Yeah.
And,
Wait. What did we do on Thursday that we instantly regretted?
Oh, I forgot. All right, so Thursday, the car from the new Super Troopers movie was there.
I thought it was just the original.
It might be the original. No, because they did the Yeah, you're right. It was the original one. So they were like, hey, if you want to take a picture with the car, you have to chug a half a bottle of maple syrup
instead of paying.
instead of paying. So what we did was he chugged half the bottle, and I almost chugged the entire rest of it. If you had tapped my blood that night, maple syrup would have came out. So we got pictures with the car. Friday, Darren came up. Nothing really too interesting happened. We just kind of showed him around so he can get the layout. Saturday was kind of the big day.
Yeah.
We went early in the morning. Darren dressed up as T-Rex Godzilla.
T-Rex Godzilla.
I'm sorry, T-Rex Deadpool.
Of course.
So
Nice.
and he was more popular than the Fanatic that day, which is the Phillies mascot. And it was every 5 steps we took. Can I get a picture? Like, we barely got in the door, and he was taking pictures for 20 minutes.
Well, that was funny because like I've seen the T-Rex like dressed as Deadpool at conventions.
That's awesome.
Everybody loved them.
How did that damn thing become such a meme?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's a T-Rex.
And then I had to go buy an Ash Ketchum hat because nobody really, like I said, nobody kind of realized, like, especially none of the kids kind of realized what I was. Back to my point that I don't think kids play Pokemon as much anymore. So I had Darren's Bulbasaur. I had this guy right here, Young Dab. A WWE title belt that says Pokemon Master or Champion on it. John was Reaper from Overwatch.
Yep.
And we took a lot of pictures. Like, people instantly just wanted pictures of us that day. We took a lot of pictures.
Way to go, man.
It was legitimately
I forgot.
cosplay experience.
Friday
It was
we
so
met.
great.
Friday we
Mm.
met the voice actors from Ruby, Team Ruby.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
they were at MegaCon this year.
Yeah, we got all these nice
From
princes there.
Weiss and
Weiss, Blake,
yeah,
Ruby,
Blake.
and
Nice.
Yang.
Nice. That was really
Cool.
They
You
were
got the
they were really
foursome.
really cool. They
Yeah,
were
they
really
are.
nice. They were.
They are the girl
We
who
got
played
pictures
I
on.
with
want
them
to
and
meet
everything.
Barbara Dunkelman someday. She and
She
I would
is
get
very
along
nice.
fabulously.
Yeah, I actually
And it's funny because Blake's voice actress Darren's wife was wearing the T-Rex costume that day, and Blake's voice actress was really afraid of her.
Oh no,
Because she got in the
seriously?
picture, and Darren's wife went to go over next to her. She's like, no, you here, talking to Darren. And she was so afraid. But then, like, I walked up, and she was cool.
Aw.
And then the voice actress for Ruby was just really, really cool. I was wearing this hat that day. And she's like, oh, congrats on passing the tuning exams. And I was like, well, oh, the hat. I was like, oh, thanks, yeah. I killed like 10 other people to pass that. And she was like, nice.
Nice man.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
knew
and
her
then,
anime.
Cool.
and then
Yeah, I did
today,
not.
we really didn't do much. I got this giant cup. And then
Just
this
Stein.
my
Nice man.
Stein, and then this mug of Diva from Overwatch.
Cool man.
Yep. And then we got a couple of prints. We got actually, Juwan, wait, I'm not on camera. I was about to go get the book, but yeah, the book of the guy's art that it doubles as a coloring book.
Nice man.
He did his own sketches. He signed it for us. He did his own sketches, but the cool part about it is he lets you, color it in.
Oh, so you guys go all out. You like go for the prints. You go for the frickin' everything, right?
Yeah, prints. Juwan left
Speaking
with a sword last year. Genji's sword from Overwatch, his
Overwatch,
Oni skin.
And I got the
Um,
voice actor to sign the scabbard of it.
I mean, I just get my pop figures because if you've seen my living room, you know entire entertainment center of pop figures.
I went to MegaCon. All I got there was this stupid lightsaber.
I got a lightsaber at Greater Philly last year. I almost
This
bought a
is about-
lightsaber this year. Juwan should be proud of me. I didn't do the thing.
And that's
Oh,
the
look
belt I
at-
made for
Oh, look
Saturday.
at you with the championship Pokemon trainer belt. Except, oh yeah, I forgot. You were dressed as Ash Ketchum.
No, I was dressed as a costume because I wore this vest. That's what badges are still.
Sick burn by Evan.
It was more like a play on red. Well, don't worry,
If
my
you
next
were a
one will be
Pokemon, you'd be a Metapod that doesn't even know Harden.
What?
Oh.
Ooh.
You would only know
Good Dunsprint.
String Shot.
He's a dunce prince. That's what he is.
That doesn't make. John,
F.
you just,
Only
John,
knows
John,
Flash.
stop while you can. You just literally ruined the joke. So there you go. I forgot how the joke went, but I remember that's not how it goes.
Hey
I just-
everybody, I peaked broad with a Metapod. Is that the way you were talking about?
I made Brock with a Metapod.
Yeah, I didn't expect to meet anybody. I knew the Ruby cast was going to be there. I was like, I like the show. I should just go up there and meet.
Well,
They
that's the
were
thing,
all
like,
really, really cool.
Barbara Denkelman. We actually have a video with her noticing the sculpture that Bruce made, and he was in the restroom, and I got her testimonial. He made a Yang balloon sculpture for her. It was amazing.
That is awesome.
I wish I would've-
Yeah.
Sweet.
I wish I
Speaking
would've-
of your buddy Bruce. Oh, I'm sorry. Speaking of your buddy Bruce, there was another balloon guy there, and he made a giant Thanos doing this.
What's his name?
The circle game. We have his
No.
card somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think I took a picture of it.
Yeah, you might want to send
I
me
might have
that. Maybe
snagged
Bruce
it.
might be able to know him. Anyway, Justin, what were you saying? Cruiser?
I wish had I known that Bruce was actually going to be doing a sculpture for the movie Shang Tsung, I would have paid you guys to get me his.
Oh, really?
God, I love that
Good.
movie.
Your soul is mine.
We got a clip
This
of.
guy.
We have a video clip of him saying it.
Yeah,
That's
I saw.
What is it?
This is the
Fox
guy.
Balloons.
PDXballoons.com.
PDX
Portland's professional balloon entertainer, Mr. Stone Johnson.
Stone Johnson.
That sounds like a porn name.
It does.
Well, that's pretty cool. Maybe he might be able to know because there's actually a ballooner convention in
Ballooner. I'm sorry, just the word ballooner.
Yeah,
They all show
that's-
up in hot air balloons.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Anyway, there's a balloon twisting convention that's called Super Jam, which Bruce has been to and guested at a couple of times. And I went there one time, and there were a lot of cool creators there. Like they did a superhero theme. It was really cool. He did Baymax. I got a good picture of him chilling next to the sculpture, like on break, like a guy in his mech suit.
I could
Did you
totally
see
see
Stone
Baymax
Johnson?
as a giant balloon sculpture. He basically is a giant balloon.
But like one of the things is that like yeah, I met a lot of people there. I filmed a guy and actually got $600 out of one gig there. One of the things Bruce has suggested me saying like if they ever come back, they should submit me to be a speaker there because, or at least both of us, because we've been big with me videotaping him all over the place, and you know.
I'm a better speaker than you.
Bananarama.
Well, I've done a lot of public speech.
Juana just said the word.
I remember, and me and John did another good thing. There's a pretty small con that happens in August, the one I was telling you guys about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people there, a lot of the vendors didn't. Yeah, you guys got to come in August. It's a much cooler con. So we started marketing for this other con. So if anybody works for that con that's happening in Philly in August, my PayPal information is no, I'm kidding. But yeah, we started promoting for that con so we can get some of the vendors to come.
Cool.
And some of the attendees.
Yeah, some of the attendees too. We really marketed that con, and I'm gonna have to email them my PayPal information because
Hey, split that money with me too. I did the same thing.
That was the thing.
And
with
then
me.
I got Evan a subscriber
Oh wait,
too.
should I? Oh yeah, should I tell him the story now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You got 4
Oh
minutes.
yeah.
All right, I'll make it quick. So I ran into like another Overwatch cosplayer, and then since I was Reaper and they were McCree, the joke was I was their dad.
Oh.
So there's a video of me on Instagram of them going, "Dad," and then I go, "Son, Dad," and then it's just a hug it out moment, and then Darren joins in for
The
some
guy
random
playing
reason.
Syax.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, nice.
That's the guy. He made the
Cool.
weapon himself. It's
He
awesome.
made
Yep.
he made the claymore.
And then here's me, a girl playing Jesse, and there's Darren sniping in the background.
Wow.
He was tired by the end of the day.
I can
And
imagine.
I saw
all
somebody
of a sudden-
cosplaying
bet.
the Digimon. That was rare. That was
I
rare.
remember I went to MegaCon a few years ago, and I saw someone cosplaying as Matt, and he actually had the Sunomon doll under his arm.
Oh, that's
Aw.
awesome.
He even had the spiky hair
Mean
too.
Barb.
That was great.
There's me and Barb,
Nice.
Blake's voice
Cool.
actress. Ruby. Oh, that's two.
Nice
And then there's me
dress.
and Ruby's voice actress. And then I gotta get the one from Darren because I got in with him and his
Sweet,
wife.
man. I'm glad you had a good time at that convention. I mean, like, what's
Yeah, we
coming
did.
up next?
Hang on one
The
second.
post-con depression is definitely setting in.
Monday is the
I'll
worst day
bet.
of every convention.
Yeah.
It's definitely setting in. Plus, it's the end of my vacation, so it's double hitting.
Yeah, Juwan's
Yeah.
going to Japan.
Hold on to those memories.
All right.
Okay, you keep saying he's going to Japan, but has he bought his ticket yet?
Yes.
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 Oh shit! It's
Yeah.
it's confirmed.
Yeah, he shared
I
a
have
picture
the
of it on the
proof.
Shade Site Studios messenger board.
There we go, guys. Right there.
No,
There's
it
my
wasn't
picture with
a
McCree.
but
Um,
I'll share it there now.
is it in the ants chat?
Yeah. No, general chat.
Okay, let me just. I'll break protocol.
Oh,
once.
nice. Twiley just joined our stream. Welcome, Twiley.
Hey, Charlie.
Right at the end.
Hashtag I have a weird dad. Haha.
Oh my god, that's a pretty good McCree cosplay.
And
The
I'll
only
be
McCree
there.
I know is Mad Dog McCree from the video game.
Wait, was friggin' Matt there? Was
Matt who?
Matt Mercer was not there, and I'm
Fuck.
sad.
No.
Fuck, if he was there, I would have asked for an
Sad, too.
autograph for a picture of Jotaro.
But I did see a lot of Jotaro there. I
Yeah,
really did.
Yeah, Jotaro's awesome, man. How
And
many?
I even got John. I got John to say, "Is that a JoJo reference?" Twice.
He has
There. Happy I said it.
You didn't even watch JoJo. You haven't even freaking.
Just be happy I said it. How about that?
There you go, Evan. Now shut up.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But like,
You should.
I don't know, like the fact that he channels McCree and the Jotaro voice in the final episode. He actually says the line, "If this was the Wild West, the hero would say it's high noon." And apparently
Yeah.
the rumor is he demanded it to be said in the McCree voice when he did that line. He refused to do the character unless he had that. He said that
Send
in
that
there.
to me.
What?
Can you send that part to me?
I have to find it, but yeah, he's like, this was the Wild West. The hero would say, "It's high noon.
Hey Evan, what time is it?
It's time for us to go to hell."
Dude, this is Florida. We're already
I
there.
forgot the funniest story too. But it's too late.
I don't know if it is too late. I mean, like, you got like enough time as is. Nope, too
Let's
late.
see.
Too late.
Nope,
It's
too
time.
late.
Time too late. All right, guys, we are in the final 5 hour here. This is where we like to leave our final thoughts and everything here. Since John, the Scruff Winners of being Juan's sidekick, is our guest, we are going to be asking him to go first. So, Mr. Scruff,
Jesus Christ, Evan.
your final five thoughts. You got 1 minute. Go.
All right, well, first of all, just remember, everybody, Evan sat alone in 6th grade math class. I sat with him, and I got him through it. But anyway, it was generally a good week. E3, Comic-Con. I'm exhausted. It was a good week. I had a good time. Thank you for having me on the show, guys. And I can't wait till the next convention.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you again, man. You're welcome anytime. So
Yep, thank you.
Since
Good to have you on the stream.
Next time, maybe I can be on video.
Maybe you could be on video if you'd like. I wasn't forbidding you.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's not whitelisted for the lake.
Yeah, Evan, I wasn't whitelisted
right.
for the
Sorry,
lake.
sorry. Yeah. You see,
That's
this is why
the
I
only
need
thing, man.
This is why I need a week-long advance notice so I can program all this shit.
Am I going next?
Anyway, you're next, Sparts. Show me what you got. You got 1 minute starting now.
Show me what you
can't
got.
wait, John. I can't wait for the next con. I got a better cosplay in mind. It's going to be awesome. It's not going to spoil anything. You'll see it in August. As always, I love being on the show. Probably going to
Tell
try
by his
to
enthusiasm.
always
Overall enthusiasm.
maximum enthusiasm. But I do love being on the show, even though I don't show it. Probably going to start trying to make videos soon. And since the other Justin's not here, I'm going to say it for him. Drink your drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you for that.
Smoke your
Keep that thing
liquids.
going.
No, he just says drink your motherfucking drugs. All right, then I guess we got Bright Idea going in here. Your time begins now. You got 1 minute. Begin.
Yeah, it's been an exciting week, and once again, for those who didn't hear, for all you dads out there, happy Father's Day, and for let me see. I've been busy. I recorded for the second chapter of a pony audio drama. That's pretty exciting. The Too Close to the Sun, and I'm confirmed to be like at BronyCon, and I have like different things going on. There's going to be a lip sync battle that I'm excited for, so that's all BronyCon stuff. Still working through family work stuff, but I'm going to go back to content as soon as I can for my Bright Idea channel.
Okay, thank you very much there. We got next is Les Conseils Cruzel. Doing what he can do best. Let's see what we got going. Your time's up, go. And you look like the
I'm
gamer from
American,
Mars.
damn it.
And you have a haircut that makes you look like the gamer from Mars.
I'm American, damn it. You talk to me like it.
America.
Anyway, as we pointed out earlier, my interview with Steve Lynch from Autograph is up. I also just sent Evan all the materials for the next episode of Hoof Rock.
Fuck yeah.
And soon, well, hopefully soon, we are going to also have our crank call with Jasper Pye. He just got all of the audio. However, Jasper is going to a wedding here soon, so he'll be able to attend to it when he gets back.
Oh, he's getting married.
And now,
Somebody
Eliora
else
from
is away.
yeah, Eliora is getting married actually.
Oh, he's getting married to Eliora. How nice.
No.
No. Sorry, go on. I'm taking your time. So go on.
Yes, you are. So, so he's going to attend to that first, and when he gets back, he's going to be able to work on our crank call with. He's going to be editing together the audio. I'm going to be doing the video. However, because we don't, none of our OCs are vectors. They're the puppets that Evan made. It's going to be kind of like his old school style.
Yeah, we get what you're saying.
Rip.
You go.
Everybody has the 1 minute mark, but let's see what we got there. But yeah, we get the thing there with the OCs and everything. So yeah, I'm actually surprised you're actually going with that one of letting me. Like, I don't mind animating. It depends on how much time I got. So I'm gonna be doing my final 5 while holding this lightsaber because you know it's awesome. Let us
You
begin.
don't have much to go.
First off, for Mystery Brewing Theater, it's almost done. I actually have.
Okay, so I'm going to take up some of Evan's time because he did that to me. We'll see when we get the audio back. Now you go, asshole.
That was 5 seconds exactly. Good way to be fair. The animation process is beginning. I just got all the time codes done and everything like that. I've been exploring a lot of stuff there, just trying to balance everything between. Disney's not giving me hours. Fuck that. And zoom. Actually, there was one thing I wanted to put out there, but I don't think I'm ready to tell.
He's coming out of the closet.
It's over there. And that's pretty much it for the night. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us again tonight on Ants. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get more news on that one there and more blah blah blah. Once again, John, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. Now get the fuck out of our chat.
Fuck
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Get out.